So how did you come up with the Debili?
How did the word or the characters?
Oh, either way. I think that's just like super cool, but I know they're gonna ask me, why didn't you ask that question? So I'm gonna wait to get to the seventh one and ask that one now because I know they're gonna ask me, or like they're gonna be like, wait, and it's great, right? Because called me out, guys, like my students do, because I think I missed that one, but I think that I can just like feel them, a couple people in the audience like
I'm
asking now.
totally going to answer that. And then that reminds me that I have something else important I have to bring up
Perfect.
about the book. But it's actually a Latin word and it means weak or feeble. And so the keepers created that word. That's what they call their counterpart, these evil people who basically have their same abilities, but use them for their own personal reasons. And what they believe, and they've seen through the centuries, because this is the oldest secret society, is that when these people with the same abilities use them over and over to harm others, it physically, think of like a chemical half-life, it physically degrades them. It sort of erodes their soul and it erodes them physically. And
Mm,
it kind of gets to a point, I actually, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but
mm.
it just, they basically decompensate. And
That's cool.
so they become kind of rotten from the inside out. So it's this Latin word meaning weak or feeble. Like these characters, these evil characters, don't have a strong moral fiber. They don't have a strong moral code. They don't care about other people. And so they are definitely that. So that's where the word comes from. And
Oh,
it took
interesting.
me a very long time to come up with that term. I probably looked through 15 different languages, whether
Mm.
it's Latin or even Sanskrit or French or Old English, or I looked so many different languages to find a word that I thought would say what I wanted to say. And
Yeah.
the book has many layers, so every single character's name has meaning. So
Oh,
in
cool.
their language, so from whatever country they are from, I very specifically picked that name based on what it meant.
Oh,
And
cool.
that's kind of Easter eggs for everybody to find as they read to figure
That's super cool.
what do these words mean regarding that character. But they're very purposeful. And so this book is a little bit different because it actually has footnotes in it. And I
Cool.
have an owl right at the beginning of the book, and his name is Augie. My oldest son
Oh,
actually
cool.
created it for me. It's an image.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it stands for the Advancement of Unbiased Global Intellectual Exploration. So
Oh, that's cool.
anytime there's like a history or a science term in the book, I will have like a little footnote at the bottom that you
Oh,
can
that's cool.
read, and some of them are clickable. And I have
Oh, cool.
a really cool organization that I paired with called mindat.org, and they very nicely said that I could bring them up in the book. And so if I mention like an emerald or a diamond in the story, you can actually go onto their site, click on that site or look it up on Google based on what I've written there, and it will take you to what it looks like in the earth. So
Oh, that's
the
cool.
emerald that in the earth, and then all of the like its weight and dimensions and all that really cool stuff. They're a rock emerald mineral aficionado site. And it's just really neat because I didn't want you just to think, okay, this is what an emerald looks like, or this is what this mineral looks like, polished and fancy in a store. What does it look like when it's in the earth and natural? And so you can see that. And also in the very beginning of the book, because we bring it up a lot, I mention it a lot, I have my own periodic table of elements.
Oh, that's cool.
Every chapter is named for an element.
Oh,
Because
that's cool.
yeah, because of course, with all these ferro and resogems and minerals, you get into the elements of the periodic table. So
Yeah,
kind of geek out that way. I love doing that.
that's cool. No, that's awesome.
So what I was referencing is with the Debili, there is actually, depending on where you find it in the story, there is a footnote there that takes you to a YouTube video of a praying mantis. So I know praying mantises, they're very important. They're great for our gardens. They're protected. But I always feel, if you think of like the sci-fi world, that if one was like really huge,
Mhm.
it would totally bite our head off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They just have that creepy kind of look about them, and
Yeah.
they walk in this back and forth motion. So when these Debili compensate so much, they kind of look like a praying mantis. They kind of
Oh,
are like
that's cool.
really skinny and scary, and they have like fangs, and they have like long, so they look kind of really scary. So when they're sort of really bad off, they kind of look like that. And I have a visual of that. It's
Oh, that's cool.
kind of creepy, but as wonderful as
That's
they are,
awesome.
I would never hurt one, but they kind of scare me.